The special meeting of the Chicago Board of Election Commissioners for Tuesday, August 5th, 2014. Good morning, everyone. I am Langdon Neal, Chairman of the Board. Seated to my left is Commissioner Marisol Hernandez, and my right is Commissioner Richard Cowan. First item on the agenda is the consideration of the agenda. Any additions, deletions? Hearing none, we'll accept a motion to approve the minutes for our meeting of July 29, 2014.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Commissioner Hernandez.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Connell. All those in favor?
Aye.
That'll be the order. Executive Director's Report, Mr. Goff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll be brief. As you know, we did our canvass. I hope everybody received their verification of registration card.
I did.
Yes.
On Saturday, I was at a poll meeting, and everybody there received it. They were pleased that the information that was on there, and especially their polling place address. So I think the mailing was a success. I have 3 packages that I gave out at the meeting to explain what we're doing, what changes are in for the November election. But something that was very, very well received was the calendar. Jim Allen put together a calendar that was a 2-pager. Now, we know how large our calendar is, but it was 2 pages to put all the dates in. So you have the November on one side and the February on the other side. It was a big hit. There were over 120 people there at the meeting. I've been invited to go to a lot more meetings, but it was a success, and I'm very proud to represent the Chicago board.
This is very nice.
Very well done. This
So-
is encouraging Mr. Allen to tackle.
So this is the question. Can this be placed on the website?
The answer to your question is as recently as yesterday, I was working with an application to build up a calendar so that ideally every day on the website we can have something very brief that says what can I do today, and then it would give whatever you can do in terms of registration, and a link to that, whatever you can do in terms of early voting, absentee voting, or all the way through election day. So, and the more I worked with it, the more I realized how complicated this is, because on Sundays we're open till 3 p.m. at 5 sites, on 51 sites at this date, and at 5 p.m. on these dates, and then 7 p.m. at 5 sites. And the final week is very complex, but I understand the reasons that the legislature did what they did.
Can we send this to the aldermen?
I'm preparing a package for the aldermen similar to this, so they'll have it. But
Great.
When Mr. Allen and I went and met with all 50 aldermen, we explained what we were doing, and they were quite pleased. And we told them that we're going to work on that. We'll also send them a link to their website of how their voters can click onto their website and go and register to vote online. So
Great.
That was a big success with our meetings with the aldermen.
Excellent.
The other item is, with our meeting with the aldermen, there were 2 wards that we had to make modifications to the precinct lines. There was a precinct in the 19th, several precincts in the 19th ward, and 1 precinct, or 2 precincts in the 18th ward. As you know, that in the 19th ward, there was an issue about a senior home where the voters had to go across the street to vote. We made that correction. In the 18th ward, it was similar to that, which it was in a gated community. The lines were drawn and it left out 1 condo building. So we made those changes. So all these were approval with the aldermen and committeemen.
You
And
need a
I'd like,
motion to-
yes, I
Okay.
would. And I tendered that information to you.
Yes.
I'll move to approve the changes in precincts as submitted by the Executive Director.
That would be a motion to ratify the actions of the Executive Director on July 29, 2014, modifying at the request of the aldermen the boundaries of the following precincts: Precinct 15 and 43 of Ward 18, and Precinct 7, 14, 18, 19, and 57 of Ward 19.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. Further discussion? None. All those in favor?
Aye.
Lance, now, does that do it, and are we up against the 90 days yet?
Yes, we are. That is it. No other changes will be made to this map.
Okay. Anything else in your report, Mr. Goff?
No, Mr. Chairman, I think that was
We're
it.
rapidly approaching our,
We are really getting busy. The federal postcards are coming in, people looking for their polling places where this agency has been moving, hasn't been a letdown in this period,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
The poll book information is moving along steady. Hope to have a report for the board members at the next meeting.
okay. Any other questions of Mr. Goff? All righty. Kelly is otherwise engaged today?
Yes.
All righty. Mr. Allen, anything for you today?
Just to follow up on Mr. Goff's remarks about the canvas, we have received a number of calls and emails from voters responding either about someone who used to live at that residence who no longer does, or someone who passed away, or with questions about their polling place. So it has jogged a lot of people's memories about there is an election coming up. Our next phases, just so you know, are the mailings to those individuals, a forwardable piece to those individuals where we received a returned canvas card, as well as the national change of address indications that we received prior to this mailing. So those will be forwardable pieces to wherever they reside now, advising them that they've been moved to the inactive file, and that they need to take action, perhaps to register at their new address or to contact us if they think this is incorrect. And other than that, Mr. Goff was a hit at the poll. I saw that there were several emails you should know about that they praised his presentation. I wanted to be there, but I was at a function out of town, so I couldn't be there. But it sounds like he did a great job. As for the calendar, we'd also like to, in addition to your idea about local elected officials, we'd like to mail that out, if you don't mind, to all the candidates up and down the ballot, whether for judiciary or statewide office, so that they have that.
Yeah.
And with that, nothing else to report for us.
This just reminds me of the fast fax card that we normally have, and the challenge that you'll have putting in the
Well,
information.
The fast fact card is going to refer people to the website and speak in the very, I don't want to say vague way, but it's going to give the basic hours that you can absolutely rely on, 9 to 5, for example, Monday through Saturday, 51 sites for early voting. We try to avoid all the minutia because we want to provide the key items, but not get down, too bogged down.
Maybe, Jim, we have to have something like those postcard series. If you're sold as tourists, you open the first one, the other 18 flop down.
Well, it's kind of like if it's Tuesday, you're in Amsterdam. If it's Wednesday, you're in Holland. So, yeah, it's
You've got a real task managing the information.
thank you.
Right.
Okay. Thank you both. Old business. I don't think we have anything to discuss today. So we will move to new business. We've taken care of the 18th and 19th ward issue. Contract for K-Design, Inc. Mr. Allen, do you want to say anything about K-Design, Inc.?
Yes, K-Design has been our contractor since 2012. Helped us with the first agency in the state, if you recall, with an online launch system for voter registration, where we received the information and mailed out a pre-printed card. That was a successful test, if you will, for now what we have a full-blown online paperless registration. At that time, we were paying them approximately $2,100 a month. Last year, you increased their contract to $6,100 a month to accomplish the redesign of the website, to have better access to a more secure platform, to work on a new platform. And they've completed that. Now they're reverting back to their previous cost of approximately $2,100 a month. The purchasing agent isn't here but deserves credit. Originally, the vendor had asked for $2,250 a month, and then was approached by the purchasing agent. What would the cost be perhaps if we extended a 2-year contract? And the vendor reduced its price by $100 a month, so that's $2,400 in savings over the next year. This is a modest amount. I don't think you could hire a part-time programmer for $25,000 to handle all of our web content management, as well as K-Design has. You combine the cost of the web hosting and the web content management, the 2 contracts together, amount to about $37,000. We couldn't even afford a qualified part-time person to handle all the security issues, all of the hosting management issues. So the board is getting more than its money's worth, in my opinion.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
I think there's a minor language correction in paragraph 2A of the contract. If it's $2,150 a month, the maximum should be $25,800 per year. $51,600 is the total over 2 years.
Correct. Over the term of the agreement, 2 years.
Yeah, but this reads, such payments for any year shall not exceed the total of $51,000.
I think that's a combination of the original language and then the corrected language. It should be, you're correct, Commissioner, it should be over the course of 2 years, 51,000. Sorry, what was the?
$51,600 over the 2-year term.
The original language in there was each year
Okay,
$25,800.
so all we need to do is delete for any year.
Correct, and that's
Yeah.
my mistake. I'll
Okay.
have that corrected.
Okay.
So, is there a motion to approve the contract with K-Design to provide website support for the Chicago Board of Elections for 2 years for an amount of $2,150 per month for the 48 months, 24 months of the agreement? Wow. Okay.
I move, so moved.
Moved by Commissioner Hernandez, seconded by Commissioner Cowan. All those in favor?
Aye.
That'll be the order. All right. Also, we have the pleasure of having Mr. Allen agreeing to present a contract for continued employment at the Chicago Board of Election, for which he does a superlative job, providing media, public relations, strategic planning, community outreach, and for whatever else we need him to do in his scope of services, for a modest increase, which will take him to a total of $12,500 per month. And while we're talking about math here, I think it's an amount of $150,000 per year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll move approval.
Moved by Member Cowan,
And I will gladly second.
gladly and enthusiastically second by
Yes.
Commissioner Hernandez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Jim.
Using a
Yes,
term
thank
that
you.
Jim is very familiar with in his other life. He's our designated hitter.
There we go. He is.
Thank
He
you,
is the
Commissioner.
designated hitter.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Mr. Scanlon, do we have any other legal status report today?
The only thing I have to report is that the Illinois Appellate Court has scheduled an oral argument in the term limits case, Clark versus Illinois State Board of Elections, and that is set for 10 a.m. on Thursday, August 14th. So
Okay.
hopefully we'll have a decision fairly quickly after that.
Yes.
And that is the only thing I have to report.
All right. Financial report, we have none. Public comment, anything for us today? No? Okay. There is not a need for an executive session.
No,
So,
No, Mr. Chairman.
okay, I'll accept a motion to recess until our next regularly scheduled meeting, which is August 12th.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
since we've just had this meeting, do you mind us not having the August 12th meeting?
Yeah, can we go to the August 26th meeting? Is that
Yes, we can.
sufficient? Okay, our next meeting will be August 26th at 9 a.m. Thank you all. All those in favor?
Motion, aye.
We stand adjourned.